is exciting to be here. What a pile of energy here. We've got more energy than Energy Solutions has. We are the solution, too. Guys, I was kind of wandering around, and I noticed there's a Amber Alert out here. We have a missing person. Oh, it's Congressman Rob Bishop. That's right. Missing in action. Let me see. What's this say about him? Oh. Guys, we need your help. Amber Alerts take a lot of work to make sure we get it quickly done so we do not have a missing person anymore. We've got to find a new congressman for District 1. And with your help, we're going to find that congressman. Let's talk just a little bit about the person who's missing. When a vote came up to support the ban on importation of foreign radioactive waste coming from places like Italy to be dumped in our state, what did Rob Bishop do? Nothing. In fact, during that vote, he was giving high school kids a tour of the Capitol. I think he has enough staff to handle that one. Now, when Rob Bishop and his Republican friends had an opportunity to make sure in their alternate budget for this year to include funding for ATK, what did Rob Bishop do? Nothing. Absolutely right. You know, when Rob Bishop was sitting in the majority party in Congress, and they had the White House as well, and the hedge fund managers and the bankers were robbing our pensions, our 401ks, destroying our economy, what did Rob Bishop do? My friends, on November 2nd, 2010, what's Rob Bishop going to do for a job? Nothing. That's right, nothing. Let me just talk just a little bit to you, just folks, because I want you to kind of understand what we've got to do to pull this off. First of all, we got to realize there is a movement going on out there, and there are a lot of people that are frustrated. I don't think they're one party or another. I think they're kind of politically agnostic. They know something's out there, they just haven't found it yet. And we've got to show them the way, okay? We've got to show them what we can do. And you know what? Nobody can walk around and tell me that I'm not a patriotic, red-blooded American, because I am. I believe in this country. I have a son with his life on the line in a foreign country today. He's in Kyrgyzstan, supporting troops in Afghanistan. And let me tell you something. It's interesting that we have individuals who have sent these young men to war, like Rob Bishop, over and over and over again, but they don't support them when they come home. And that will stop. The top 25 hedge fund managers have gambled away our future. They have wrecked this economy. And I am here to say this kind of bad behavior from our Congress, not putting a stop to it, when Rob Bishop could have stood up and said, no, we are not going to destroy our economic future. Instead, he decides to twiddle around and do whatever, who knows whatever. He's missing in action. And we've got to stop that immediately. Now, one last little thought on the Tea Parties. I want to express a couple things to you about the Tea Parties. I was April 15th. I went to go mail my tax check in. I noticed my little rural post office was closed at 4:30, and guess what? My post office had closed. I thought, oh, I've got to run down to the county seat where the post office is to put my tax check in the mail. So I drove down, and I put my tax check in the mail. I got out of the post office. I looked across the street of the courthouse, and they were having this big rally. I thought, who's that? So I walked over. It was a Tea Party rally going on. Well, let me give a little invitation to the Tea Partiers, okay? This is my invitation. Back in the original Tea Party of this country, the original Tea Party, our history, the reason we had the Tea Party was because we had taxation without representation. District 1 has been without representation long enough. Let me tell you how this works. Energy Solutions and their executives, they fund his campaigns, and he lifts not one finger to protect our environment from dumping the world's radioactive waste. I don't think that's a title Utah needs, to be the radioactive waste of the world. I don't think so. Now, his biggest contributor is a company that develops software for defense companies. And this company donates very heavily. Last election cycle, $80,000 they donated to his account. $80,000. Now get this, I want you to hear this carefully, okay? Because for the $80,000 in earmarks, he gives them no bid taxpayer money for their company of $9.5 million in return for those donations. Now, I broke this down. If you give Congressman Bishop a $1,000 donation a day, he should write you out an earmark for $118,000. Now that's what I would call a stimulus plan, right? Unfortunately, this crony capitalism, backslacking, backroom deal, way of governing has got to come to an end. We have got to bring it to an end. I promise you, if you'll help me and give me your energy, your donations. In fact, we've started a Rob Bishop retirement fund. Please donate generously to it. If you give me your energy for this, we can make this happen. We've got to believe it. We've got to hope it. We've got to push for it. We've got to fight for it. You know, my dad was a Golden Gloves boxer, and he believed that if you got knocked down, you get back up. Well, I went one time. I'm going the second time, and we're going for a KO this time. A final thought. We got to get this country moving again. We've got to get it working again. We've got to support those people who work and who create jobs, small businesses. We've got to open up the capital markets for us. Those are very important things for this country. We've got to get back on track. Now, let's have a real tea party. My friends, this November, let's throw Rob Bishop overboard. Thank you. God bless America.